Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to Sage Advice. I'm so glad you're here today. No matter where you are in the world, whether you're watching from your cozy living room, your garden, or even your favorite chair by the window, I want you to feel like we're sitting together, sharing a cup of tea and talking about life. How are you today? Really, take a moment. How's your health? How's your heart feeling? And how's your mind doing? As we get older, these little check-ins with ourselves become more important than ever. Now, before we dive into today's video, I want you to do something for me. Take a deep breath and think about the life you're living right now. Are you happy with it? Are you truly taking care of yourself, your body, your mind, and even your spirit? Many of us get so caught up in routines, in worrying about family, finances, or just getting through the day that we forget to pause and check in on ourselves. And that's exactly why today's topic is so important. Today I'm going to share with you 9 fatal mistakes that can quietly ruin your life in old age. Things most people don't even realize they're doing. These mistakes aren't small. They aren't just bad habits you can brush off. They can affect your health, your happiness, your relationships, and even how long you live. But here's the good news. Once you recognize them, you can change your path. It's never too late to improve your life. No matter if you're 60, 70, or even 80, and that's exactly why I made this video. To help you see the signs, make better choices, and enjoy your golden years the way you deserve. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, I'm already old. Can I really change anything? Oh, my friends, I promise you, yes, you absolutely can. I've met so many people in their 70s and 80s who completely transformed their lives just by avoiding a few common mistakes. And honestly, sometimes it just takes a little laugh, a little awareness, and a little willingness to try something new. So let's have some fun today too, while we learn, because life is too short not to smile, even when we're talking about serious things. Before we continue, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from? Which city? Which country? Type it in the comments below. I always love seeing the places my wonderful friends are joining me from. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Sage Advice and hit the bell icon. I post practical advice, wisdom, and tips every week to help seniors live longer, healthier, and happier lives. You don't want to miss it. So my friends, today is going to be eye-opening. We're going to go through 9 mistakes that can quietly ruin your life in old age. And I'll also share how to avoid them step by step. So get comfortable, maybe take a cup of tea, sit back, and let's explore these life-changing tips together. Are you ready? Let's begin. Mistake number 1, neglecting your health checkups. All right, my dear friends, let's begin with mistake number 1. And this one is very, very important. Neglecting your health checkups. You might be thinking, oh, I feel fine. Why should I go to the doctor? But here's the truth. Feeling fine doesn't always mean your body is fine. Many serious health problems quietly develop, without obvious symptoms until it's too late. Imagine this: high blood pressure, diabetes, early stages of heart disease, or even early signs of cancer. These conditions can sneak in silently, causing damage to your body long before you notice any symptoms. Skipping regular checkups is like driving a car without ever looking at the dashboard. You won't notice the warning lights until something breaks down completely, and by then, treatment becomes much harder, sometimes impossible to fully recover from. Remember a friend of mine, let's call him Mr. Ahmed. He was 68, active, enjoyed his walks, and felt healthy, but he never visited his doctor regularly. One day, he had a sudden heart attack. Doctors later told him that his blood pressure had been dangerously high for years. If he had gone for regular checkups, it could have been detected early, treated, and he could have avoided a life-threatening situation. That's how serious this mistake can be. It's silent but deadly. So what should you do instead? First, schedule regular health checkups, even if you feel perfectly fine. At a minimum, get blood pressure checks, cholesterol and blood sugar tests, heart and kidney function tests, and cancer screenings appropriate for your age. And don't just go once a year. Follow your doctor's advice on frequency. Make it a habit, like brushing your teeth. Your body will thank you. The key here is prevention, not reaction. Older age is not a time to take unnecessary risks with your health. Small investments in checkups today can save you months, even years of pain and suffering tomorrow. Think of it as protecting your golden years. You want to enjoy them? Not spend them in hospitals or worrying about what could have been prevented. And remember, my friends, it's never too late to start. Even if you haven't seen a doctor in years, take that step today. Make the call, schedule the appointment, and take control of your health. Trust me, when you start prioritizing your health, everything else in life feels easier. Your energy improves, your mood lifts, and your confidence grows. So, mistake number 1 is clear: never neglect your health checkups. Treat your body like the precious gift it is. Next, we'll move on to mistake number 2, which surprises many people, but can quietly steal your happiness and peace of mind if ignored. Stay with me, my friends. This is information that could truly change your life. Mistake number 2, cutting off social connections. All right, my friends, let's move to mistake number 2, something that is far more dangerous than many realize: cutting off social connections. You might think, oh, I'm retired now. I just want peace and quiet, or I don't need to meet anyone. I have my family. But here's the truth. Isolation and loneliness can quietly destroy your health and happiness, sometimes faster than any illness. When we stop connecting with friends, neighbors, or our community, our mind and body suffer. Studies show that loneliness increases the risk of depression, cognitive decline, heart disease, and even shortens life expectancy. Your social connections are like vitamins for your brain and heart. So what should you do instead? First, never let yourself become isolated. Make it a priority to call or visit a friend at least once a week. Join community clubs, religious groups, or hobby classes. Attend social events whenever possible. Even simple acts like greeting neighbors or chatting at the market help. Remember, the goal isn't just socializing. It's nourishing your mind and heart. Here's something important. Your brain thrives on interaction. Talking, laughing, sharing stories, and even debating ideas keeps your mind sharp. Emotional support from friends and family gives your heart a sense of security and happiness. Loneliness can sneak in silently, just like we talked about with health neglect. And the effects are very real: depression, anxiety, fatigue, and even lowered immunity. Don't underestimate it. And don't worry if you feel shy or think it's too late to reconnect. Start small. A simple phone call, a short visit, or even a friendly chat in the park can make a huge difference. Your life is still full of opportunities to build friendships, enjoy conversations, and feel part of a community. Remember, you are never too old to make new friends or strengthen old connections. So, mistake number 2 is clear. Never isolate yourself. Protect your mind, your heart, and your happiness by staying socially active. Next, we'll talk about mistake number 3, and it might surprise you. It's something that affects more seniors than you think, quietly stealing your joy and purpose. Stay with me, my friends. Mistake number 3, living without purpose. All right, my friends, let's move to mistake number 3. And this one is very close to my heart: living without purpose. Many seniors think, now that I'm retired, I can just relax and do nothing. But here's the reality. Life without purpose can slowly drain your energy, your motivation, and even your happiness. Purpose is not just for the young. It's fuel for your mind and soul at any age. When you wake up every day without a reason to get out of bed, your mind begins to wander. Your mood can dip and you can start feeling empty inside. Studies show that people with a strong sense of purpose live longer, have better mental health, and recover faster from illness. Without it, you risk falling into depression, anxiety, or even physical decline because the body and mind are connected. When the mind is inactive, the body often follows. Let me share a story. Mr. Hassan, a retired teacher, thought retirement would be peaceful. He stayed at home all day watching TV and didn't do much else. Within a few months, he felt tired, depressed, and disconnected from life. Then he decided to volunteer at a local school, helping children read and learn. Suddenly, his days had meaning. He felt alive again. His energy returned, and even his health improved. That's the power of having a purpose. It transforms your mind, body, and spirit. So what should you do instead? Here are some ways to find purpose at any age. Volunteer in your community or religious organizations. Teach a skill or hobby to younger generations. Start a small project or garden, something to nurture. Set small daily goals that excite you. Even simple things like keeping a journal, reading meaningful books, or learning something new can give your days direction and fulfillment. Purpose is like sunshine for your soul. It motivates you to get up in the morning, gives your life meaning, and keeps your mind sharp. People without purpose often experience sadness, anxiety, or lack of motivation. But when you find something meaningful, something that matters to you, even the smallest actions can bring immense joy and satisfaction. And don't worry if you're not sure what your purpose is yet. Take your time, explore new hobbies, meet new people, and try different activities. The key is to stay curious and engaged with life. Remember, my friends, it's never too late to start something new. Your purpose doesn't have an age limit. It only requires your willingness to live fully and intentionally. So, mistake number 3 is clear. Never live without purpose. Make your days meaningful no matter your age. Next, we'll explore mistake number 4, which is often hidden, silent, and affects more seniors than we realize. Ignoring your mental health. Stay with me, my friends, because this is one you cannot afford to miss. Mistake number 4, ignoring mental health. All right, my friends, let's move to mistake number 4. And this one is very serious. Ignoring your mental health. Many seniors focus on physical health, which is of course important, but often forget about the mind. Stress, anxiety, sadness, or depression can quietly take over your life if left unchecked. And the tricky part is, it often hides behind a smile or a busy routine. When mental health is neglected, it affects every part of your life: your sleep, your relationships, your memory, and even your physical health. Studies show that seniors who suffer from untreated depression or anxiety have higher risks of heart problems, weakened immunity, and cognitive decline. Think of your mind as the engine of a car. If it's running poorly, everything else suffers. No matter how well the tires, brakes, or fuel are maintained. I remember Mrs. Zara, a lively woman in her 70s. After losing her husband, she began to withdraw. She thought, "I'll just stay quiet. I'll manage alone." But slowly she became anxious, lost sleep, and felt hopeless. Eventually, her children noticed and encouraged her to see a therapist and join a local senior social group. With time, counseling, and social support, her mood lifted, her energy returned, and she started enjoying life again. This shows that ignoring mental health can quietly steal your joy, but addressing it brings back your strength and happiness. So what should you do instead? First, pay attention to your mind as much as your body. Here are some practical steps. Talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Join community or hobby groups to stay engaged. Practice relaxation techniques, meditation, deep breathing, or gentle yoga. If needed, consult a mental health professional. There is no shame in asking for help. Remember, caring for your mental health is a sign of strength, not weakness. Small daily habits can make a huge difference. Reading, journaling, listening to music, taking walks in nature, or practicing gratitude all help keep your mind balanced and happy. Even connecting with friends or family regularly acts like a natural antidepressant for your soul. Your mind needs exercise and care just like your body does. And if you're feeling low or anxious, my friends, know that you're not alone. So many seniors experience these feelings, and reaching out for help can change your life. Mental health is not a luxury. It's essential for your happiness, your independence, and your quality of life. Protect it, nurture it, and give yourself the care you truly deserve. So, mistake number 4 is clear. Never ignore your mental health. Take care of your mind as lovingly as you take care of your body. Next, we'll talk about mistake number 5, something many seniors don't realize can slowly ruin their financial security and peace of mind. Stay with me. This is very important. Mistake number 5, overspending or trusting the wrong people financially. All right, my friends, let's move to mistake number 5. And this is one that silently destroys peace of mind in old age. Overspending or trusting the wrong people with your money. Many seniors think, "I worked hard my whole life. Now I can enjoy my money." And that is true. But the problem is when money is spent carelessly or worse, given to people who don't have your best interests at heart. Financial mistakes in old age can lead to stress, arguments, and even loss of independence. Scammers, false promises, or even trusting acquaintances too quickly can drain savings that took decades to build. And stress over money isn't just emotional. It can affect your heart, blood pressure, and sleep. Peace of mind in your golden years is priceless, and financial carelessness can quietly steal that. I know Mr. Cald, a retired engineer. He had saved carefully for 40 years. But when a business opportunity came along, he invested a large sum without proper advice. Unfortunately, it turned out to be a scam. He lost a huge portion of his savings, and the stress affected his health. Sleepless nights, headaches, and even high blood pressure followed. It was a painful lesson that could have been avoided with caution and planning. So, what should you do instead? Here are some practical steps. Budget wisely. Know your monthly income and expenses. Don't spend more than you need. Avoid risky investments. Never invest in anything you don't fully understand. Check before you trust. Be careful with people asking for money, even family or friends. Seek professional advice. A financial advisor who understands seniors' needs can help protect your savings. Remember, money is a tool for comfort and security, not a source of stress or danger. Think of your savings as a shield for your future. When managed wisely, it gives you independence, confidence, and peace of mind. One careless decision can undo years of hard work, and that's a burden no one should carry in old age. And don't feel embarrassed if you're unsure about financial decisions. Many seniors have faced this, and it's never too late to learn and protect yourself. Take small steps, educate yourself, and always ask questions. Your financial security is your freedom. Cherish it, protect it, and spend wisely. So, mistake number 5 is clear. Never overspend or trust the wrong people financially. Protect your savings and enjoy your golden years without stress. Next, we'll talk about mistake number 6, something emotional that quietly shortens happiness and even affects health. Holding on to grudges or the past. Stay with me, my friends. This one is very eye-opening. Mistake number 6, holding on to grudges or the past. All right, my friends, let's move to mistake number 6. And this one is very emotional but extremely important. Holding on to grudges or the past. Many seniors carry anger, disappointment, or resentment for years, sometimes decades, thinking it doesn't affect them. But here's the truth. Those old wounds quietly weigh on your heart, your mind, and even your health. Research shows that people who hold on to anger or past regrets are at higher risk of stress, high blood pressure, heart disease, and even sleep problems. When you dwell on what happened years ago, your body reacts as if it's happening today. Your mind constantly relives the pain, and your heart bears the strain. Life becomes heavier, and every day can feel like a burden. I knew Mrs. Demina, a retired schoolteacher who held resentment toward a family member for decades. She avoided family gatherings and stayed isolated. Slowly, she became anxious, restless, and physically drained. Then, with encouragement from a close friend, she forgave and released her anger, not necessarily to reconcile fully, but to free herself. The change was remarkable. Her mood lifted, she slept better, and she even reconnected with some family members. Forgiveness gave her freedom she had forgotten existed. So, how can you avoid this mistake? Here are some steps. Acknowledge your feelings. Don't ignore anger or pain. Accept it. Decide to let go. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or accepting harm. It means freeing yourself. Focus on the present. Engage in activities that bring joy and satisfaction today. Seek help if needed. Sometimes talking to a counselor or trusted friend can help release deep emotional burdens. Remember, the past cannot be changed, but your peace can be reclaimed. When you release grudges, your body thanks you too. Stress decreases, sleep improves, blood pressure stabilizes, and your heart feels lighter. Emotionally, you gain a sense of freedom and happiness that money or possessions cannot provide. Carrying resentment is like holding onto a heavy stone. You don't realize how much it slows you down until you finally let it go. And my friends, it's never too late to forgive. Not for anyone else, but for yourself. Every day you carry anger or resentment is a day stolen from your peace and happiness. Start small. Let go of one small grievance. Experience the relief. Then take the next step. Soon you'll notice a lighter heart and calmer mind. So mistake number 6 is clear. Never hold on to grudges or the past. Free your heart and let yourself enjoy life fully. Next, we'll explore mistake number 7, which is about the body. Something many seniors underestimate, not staying physically active. Stay with me, my friends. Your energy and independence depend on this. Mistake number 7, not staying physically active. All right, my friends, let's move to mistake number 7. And this one is very common, not staying physically active. Many seniors think, I'm retired now. I don't need to move much, or exercises for younger people. But here's the truth. Inactivity is one of the fastest ways to lose strength, balance, and independence. As we age, when we stop moving, muscles shrink, bones weaken, joints stiffen, and balance decreases. This increases the risk of falls, injuries, and even chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease. Your body is meant to move. Just like a car that sits idle for months, the body begins to slow down and deteriorate when it isn't used regularly. And sadly, many seniors don't realize the consequences until it's too late. I know Mr. Imran, who retired at 65. At first, he spent most days sitting at home watching TV. Within a year, he noticed he was losing strength, felt sluggish, and even had trouble climbing stairs. Then he started walking daily, did some light stretching, and even joined a gentle exercise group for seniors. Within months, he regained strength, felt more energetic, and even his mood improved. Movement doesn't just help the body, it uplifts the mind too. So, how can you stay active safely in older age? Here are some simple but effective tips. Daily walking. Even 20 to 30 minutes a day keeps your muscles, joints, and heart healthy. Stretching or yoga improves flexibility, balance, and reduces stiffness. Strength exercises using light weights or resistance bands help maintain muscle mass. Balance exercises and simple movements help prevent falls, which are a major risk for seniors. The key is consistency. Even small, regular activity is better than doing nothing. Staying active does more than keep you strong. It improves circulation, boosts immunity, helps manage weight, supports brain function, and even improves sleep. Movement is truly a fountain of youth for seniors. Every step, stretch, and gentle exercise contributes to your independence and quality of life. And don't worry if you've been inactive for a long time. Start slow. Take short walks, stretch in the morning, or do light exercises at home. The important thing is to start moving today. Your body will thank you, and over time you'll notice your energy and confidence returning. So mistake number 7 is clear. Never stop moving. Protect your strength, balance, and independence through regular physical activity. Next, we'll talk about mistake number 8, which affects your brain and sharpness. Refusing to learn new things. Stay with me, my friends. Your mind can stay young if you keep it active. Mistake number 8, refusing to learn new things. All right, my friends, let's move to mistake number 8. And this one is very important for your mind. Refusing to learn new things. Many seniors think, I'm too old to learn, or learning is for the young. But here's the truth. The brain needs challenges at every age. If you stop learning, your mind begins to slow down. Memory fades, focus weakens, and mental sharpness declines. When you refuse to learn or try new things, your brain loses flexibility. It's like a muscle that isn't exercised. It becomes weak, cognitive decline, forgetfulness, and even depression can sneak in when the mind is understimulated. Learning new skills, picking up hobbies, or even exploring technology keeps the brain active and resilient. Your mental health and quality of life depend on it. I knew Mr. Seed, a retired accountant who never touched a computer or smartphone. He spent most of his days watching TV and reading old newspapers. Slowly, he began forgetting small things. His memory declined and he felt bored and disconnected. Then he joined a local computer class for seniors. Learning to use email, messaging apps, and even exploring new hobbies online brought excitement to his days. His memory improved, his confidence grew, and he felt alive again. Learning rejuvenates the mind, no matter your age. So what can you do instead? Here are some ideas. Learn a new skill or hobby, painting, music, gardening, or cooking something new. Explore technology, smartphones, computers, or online classes. Read and study books, articles, or audiobooks on subjects that interest you. Challenge your mind. Puzzles, crosswords, or memory games keep your brain sharp. The key is to stay curious. Curiosity keeps the mind young and energized. Continued learning not only improves memory but also boosts confidence, mood, and mental resilience. Seniors who actively challenge their minds experience slower cognitive decline and enjoy more independence in daily life. Your brain is like a garden. If you keep planting new ideas, it stays vibrant and alive. And my friends, don't feel shy if you're trying something for the first time. Start small. Even learning one new thing a week can make a huge difference. Celebrate your progress and enjoy the process. Remember, age is never a barrier to growth. Your mind can stay sharp as long as you keep feeding it with new knowledge and experiences. By preparing emotionally and spiritually, you're giving yourself the greatest gift, freedom from fear, worry, and regret. Life becomes not just longer, but deeper and more meaningful. So, mistake number 9 is clear. Never ignore your emotional or spiritual well-being. Nurture it, reflect on it, and embrace life with peace and gratitude. My dear friends, we've now gone through 9 mistakes that can quietly ruin your life in old age, and I truly hope this video opened your heart and mind a little. We talked about things like holding on to anger, ignoring health, isolating yourself, and forgetting to stay curious about life. Each one of these mistakes may seem small at first, but over time they steal your joy, your peace, and even your year. So, mistake number 8 is clear. Never refuse to learn new things. Keep your brain active, curious, and young. Finally, we'll explore mistake number 9, the last but one of the most profound, not preparing spiritually or emotionally for the later years. Stay with me, my friends, because this one can bring true peace and fulfillment. Mistake number 9, not preparing spiritually or emotionally for the end. All right, my dear friends, we've reached mistake number 9, and this one is very close to the heart. Not preparing spiritually or emotionally for the later years of life. Many seniors focus on health, finances, and daily routines, which is important, of course, but few realize that peace of mind, emotional balance, and spiritual fulfillment are just as crucial. Neglecting them can quietly steal your happiness in old age. When we avoid thinking about life's later stages or refuse to reflect on our emotional and spiritual needs, anxiety, fear, and regret often fill the gaps. This can lead to depression, sleepless nights, irritability, and even physical health problems. Our mind and spirit need preparation just as much as our body. Without it, no matter how healthy we are physically, we may feel unsettled, empty, or constantly worried. I knew Mr. Tariq, who spent all his energy saving for retirement and staying active physically, but he never thought about emotional or spiritual growth. In his late 70s, he felt restless, anxious, and often lonely despite having family and friends around. Then he began simple practices: daily reflection, gratitude exercises, connecting with faith, and meditating. Slowly, he felt calmer, happier, and more at peace with life. Preparing emotionally and spiritually gave him a sense of fulfillment he had never experienced before. So what can you do instead? Here are some simple steps. Reflect daily. Think about your achievements, lessons, and the things you're grateful for. Connect with your faith or spirituality. Prayer, meditation, or spiritual reading can bring comfort. Write letters or share stories. Leaving memories and wisdom for loved ones strengthens bonds. Accept life's natural cycle. Understand that aging and eventual passing are part of life. Acceptance brings peace. The goal isn't fear or obsession. It's inner calm and emotional readiness. When you nurture your emotional and spiritual self, life feels lighter, relationships improve, and daily worries lose their power. Peace of mind becomes your companion, and your later years are filled with contentment rather than regret or fear. And remember, my friends, it's never too late to start. Even small daily practices, a moment of gratitude, reflection, or prayer, can bring profound peace. By preparing emotionally and spiritually, you're giving yourself the greatest gift, freedom from fear, worry, and regret. Life becomes not just longer, but deeper and more meaningful. So, mistake number 9 is clear. Never ignore your emotional or spiritual well-being. Nurture it, reflect on it, and embrace life with peace and gratitude. My dear friends, we've now gone through 9 mistakes that can quietly ruin your life in old age, and I truly hope this video opened your heart and mind a little. We talked about things like holding on to anger, ignoring health, isolating yourself, and forgetting to stay curious about life. Each one of these mistakes may seem small at first, but over time they steal your joy, your peace, and even your year. But remember, the purpose of this video is not to make you afraid. It's to help you wake up and take charge of your happiness again. Because here's the truth, my friends. No matter your age, it's never too late to start over. You can rebuild your health. You can restore your relationships. You can start learning again, and you can find peace in your heart. Even at 70, 80, or 90, every sunrise is a new chance. You are still alive, and that means there's still hope, still beauty, still purpose left in your story. I want you to take a deep breath with me right now. Close your eyes for a moment and think about your life. All the experiences, the people you've loved, the lessons you've learned. You've come a long way, and you're still standing. That means you've done something right, my friend. So today, give yourself credit. Be kind to yourself. You've earned peace. You've earned happiness. Now it's time to protect it by avoiding these mistakes and living wisely. The beautiful thing about old age is that it's not the end. It's the harvest season of your life. It's the time when you can slow down, reflect, and truly enjoy what matters most: family, peace, gratitude, and love. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Don't chase what's gone. Cherish what's here. Every smile, every small walk, every laugh, every kind word, these are the treasures of this stage of life. So my friends, promise yourself today that you will live the rest of your life with peace, with purpose, and without regret. And if this video touched your heart or gave you something to think about, please take a second to subscribe to this channel, Sage Advice. Here we talk about life after 50, 60, and 70, real advice, gentle wisdom, and simple truths to help you live longer, healthier, and happier. Also, let me know in the comments which of these 9 mistakes you think most people make and which one surprised you the most. I love hearing your thoughts and your stories. They inspire not just me, but everyone watching. My dear friends, thank you for spending this time with me. I truly feel honored to share this journey with you. Remember, you are not alone. There are millions of people just like you, growing older, growing wiser, and finding new meaning in life every single day. So, lift your head, smile, and walk forward with pride. You are still writing your story, and the best chapters may still be ahead. This is Sage Advice reminding you, take care of your health, your heart, and your peace of mind. Don't just grow older, grow better, wiser, and stronger. I'll see you in the next video, my dear friends. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed.